and we are live. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello. Hello from all the retreaters. Well, not all the retreaters. Not everybody's here. We're having a little bit of technological difficulties, but that's what happens when you deal with technology. So we don't let it be any big deal. The show will go on and we will fix it as we go and get people back in as we can because we want them here. Hey, Margie. Welcome, welcome. Happy first one here. Sarah beat you here, but she didn't comment first. We have with me today Glennis and Dawn Marie and Michael and Carrie and Sarah, and they are all here having been at retreat last week. Let's see. And Casey keeps getting who we just lose? We just lost Carrie. Wow. I
know there's storms in my area, so I'm wondering if part of it has to do with some storms.
That could be. There's a lot going around. Triple. Oh, I'm sorry. I did say double, didn't I? Yeah. It's a triple. I'm sorry. 2. Thank you. My fault. Okay. Yeah, there are storms going around. We had a thunderstorm last night. It didn't last very long, but we did have it. I see Carrie trying to come back in, and it's not connecting. That's weird. It's asking you to give permissions, Carrie, but it shouldn't because you're always in. You've already given permissions. Anyway, well, that's okay. It just gives people time to join the live. Come on in and say hello when you get in here so we can say hi to you. We are happy to see you. We are all a little tired, a little exhausted after being at a fantastic retreat. There's Carrie. Let me kick this one out. There we go.
We are the refugees of retreat.
Yeah. We have so much fun. We just wear ourselves right out. And so the following week. No, there's another one in there. Oh, it is?
I thought right here.
Okay. I thought there was 3. Oh, that's okay. Nah. Casey's still trying to get back in. Yeah, we have so much fun. We exhaust ourselves. Hi, Sada. Good to see you. We go home and kind of crash. Kind of crash for a few days or a week and relax and message each other about the fun things at retreat and
crafting for 14 hours does that.
Yeah, crafting for 14 hours. Yeah. Just having fun in general, playing around, having fun, doing whatever we do at retreat. Hi, Sylvia. Oh, we started late, Sylvia, because we're having some technological difficulties. Maybe it isn't the batteries.
Like usual.
Maybe it isn't the batteries. What the heck? It won't go on anyway. Can't get
Christy.
Hi, Christy. Good to see you. Yes, I am. Yeah, we're gonna get our energy up here. We're a little low key because we wore ourselves out at retreat, but we had such a fantastic time. We always like to come on after retreat and let you hear firsthand from the retreaters about their experience. It's always fun to hear from those who went for the first time, and for those who've gone once before and came back. The experience is different. I'm going to ask them, but my experience is different every single time. Even though I've been to every single retreat, it is different. My experience is different every single time. And I don't want to make anybody feel bad, but this was the best retreat ever. It was really the best retreat. It was so awesome. We need 3 weeks of retreat, right? Margie, you are not kidding. You are not kidding. We need so much more time. We didn't even get time to do all the things that we had planned to do or use all the supplies or try all the things, that we had. So, yeah. Oh, look, there's a cutie pie.
I'm trying to sit down.
Oh, yeah, you would like to sit down?
I would like to sit down, but they're all in my seat, so.
Christy, You've been every time. Yes, I have been very fortunate. I've been to retreat every single time. And every single time has been amazing. And when I think it can't get any better, it
There we go.
does. It does, right?
Yes.
You know what, DM? I'm going to start with you because you've been to several. And
Yes, ma'am.
would you agree that you think, oh, it can't get better because that was just amazing? And then what?
It was the best one that I've been to. It was my third.
Mm,
And everything just seemed to fall into place. It wasn't, stressful about thinking of making sure that we did this and that and this and that. No, we just plowed through and did what we wanted to. And, everybody definitely gelled together better than I've seen other ones. We just really, really enjoyed each other's company.
yeah.
So,
Great group
yeah.
personality wise.
yes, definitely.
Like we were all brothers and sisters and had
Yep.
known each other our whole lives.
Yep.
I would agree. And seeing the nodding heads.
Yep.
Yeah, everything just fell into place. There was nothing difficult at all about getting this retreat together or anything we did
Right.
throughout. Carrie, it was your second retreat coming. Any thoughts to add to what DM said?
No, I want to agree. Both retreats were very different, but they were both a blast. I
Mhm.
am glad I jumped through the hoops I did to go. I'm glad I saved the money and I spent money and I
Uh-oh, your sound just kind of cut out. Check
can you hear
your,
me?
yep,
Yeah,
yep,
now I can.
yep, got you
Okay.
now.
Okay. Yeah, it was a blast, and the friends that you make, everybody is just so great. It's so
Mhm.
much fun, and it's so much fun to be around like-minded people that like to make the same sorts of things that you do and really appreciate what you do, and you can see what they make and appreciate what they make, and it was
Mhm.
just a blast.
Yep.
Yeah, I totally agree. You said something there. I'm going to jump on right now before I forget it. It's great to be around like minded people that just love creating, that just love art and creating.
Yes.
And I think that this was one retreat where we had, oh, what would you say? So many different styles.
Yes.
I don't know
Yes.
if styles is the right word, or loves, different types of art, different genres, different ways of approaching things.
Mhm.
And I know in some organizations that can cause a lot of conflict. And it was actually exactly the opposite
Yes.
in HPP retreat. We had so many different ways of approaching things and different ideas about doing things. And that made it amazing because we got to see way more points of view and perspectives on doing the same thing
Mhm.
Yes.
than
Yes.
just, 7 of us doing it all exactly the same.
Right.
I
That's boring.
really, really loved that. So thanks for bringing that up. I really, really loved
And
that.
learning from each other, even
Yes.
though we were all
Yes.
doing something differently, you could easily learn, what the other person was doing.
Mhm. Doing the same project, but from your own point of view,
Mhm.
everybody approached it differently. And it was really fun to watch each other
Mhm.
and say, hey, what are you doing? And how are you doing that? Because that's priceless. Just the exposure, the extra things that you learn, the things that you get to try. And somebody has something that you don't have, or I bring supplies that you don't have, and you get to try them. And all of a sudden, you love lunar based.
Yep.
Poor Carrie.
I know. I bought your whole crafting studio. I think Casey and I, between the two of us, we almost cleaned you out.
Oh, yeah.
No, there was still some more for me to take home.
We had such an awesome day at the shop, where everybody got to come and just go through everything. I just gave them free
So-
reign to go through everything and shop. And for the most part, they got wholesale cost on everything. There were a few things they got below wholesale because they just need to move. And that allowed, I love that because it allows everybody to get twice as much as they would be able to otherwise. So yeah, we had a ton of fun shopping.
And Michael was lucky and got to go
Oh.
shopping for free. He got so
Ah.
much stuff.
Michael's entire shopping spree was free. Michael, talk to us.
Thanks to Casey. He was the one who won the roulette, yeah?
Yeah.
And he was nice enough to give me the $200 from it because he knew that I had come into this retreat not having a whole lot of supplies. So thank you, Casey.
Yeah, that was really awesome. Yeah, Margie, there's a few things left. Oh, there's Casey. He's still working on his laptop, but he's in chat. Margie, Feline Family, aka Fifi. Margie is the one that provided the prize of $200, and she had private messaged me and said, I want you to give it to one of the retreaters. And so we did, and Casey won it. And Casey said, I would like to gift it to Michael because he knew he wanted to help Michael build up his stash of stuff. Although I'm telling you, Michael can go anywhere with nothing and he can still make amazing art. Amazing. Michael is our master forager.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is, we all think, oh, it's cool to find some things here and there. But, Michael has really perfected the art of doing that and using it for art, let alone food. But we learned a lot from him. We learned a lot watching him as he does that because, that's his way. And that's why it's so cool that everybody has their own approach to things. We weren't like watching ourselves on somebody else's table. It was fun. Although Michael did manage to find $200 worth of supplies that he could use. He got some cool stuff, so can't wait to see what he's going to produce with that.
Yes, I know.
Oh, Billy Goat. Hello, little Billy. I'm
She
here,
says,
Mama.
I can't hear you because
Oh, that's
got
right.
the headphones on.
That's right, headphones. But I'm going to show everybody that I'm here and I love you.
Yes.
Thank you for picking me up. She's so cute. Yeah, and Master Chef. That is true. That is true art, Margie says. I agree. I totally agree. Michael could just go outside and go rummaging around a bit and come back with a handful of stuff, and we'd sit down and do some art, and we'd pass it around and like, holy cow, where'd that come from? Yeah, very cool. And we did get to taste some of his master chefery. Yes, we did. He made a killer marinade that he marinated lamb steaks in.
Yep.
The marinade smelled so good by itself. And that was a pine cone marinade, right, Mike?
Yep, a pine cone syrup that I made myself from scratch.
So pine cones that he forages, and he made pine cone syrup, and then he marinated the lamb steaks overnight. And when they cooked, the house smelled heavenly.
Yep.
And they were kind enough to give everyone a big bite. So that was really awesome. Yep. And then
mushrooms.
Oh yeah, he brought mushrooms that he had foraged, and he cooked mushrooms for us. Fresh mushrooms from the forest. Yeah, let's say that 10 times. They were yummy, yummy, yummy,
So
yummy.
Michael's hired as chef whenever we want him.
Yes. Yes, and I have on record that he said he'd be happy to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, anytime. That's awesome. Yeah, that is a good tongue twister. Yeah, Christy's hungry now. Christy, we're gonna save up and get you here. I think that
Yes.
this is an experience that needs Christy here,
Yeah.
most definitely. Um,
That's true, Casey. I couldn't get enough mushrooms. I could have eaten that whole plate. I love mushrooms.
and it was a big plate at that.
It was.
Oh
We
my
They were
god.
all
When
go-
I
they were getting cold. We had to eat them
yeah,
while they were
can't.
hot.
Oh, they're good when they're hot, so can't let them
Mhm.
get cold.
guess what
Well,
I did when I got back to Lincoln?
What?
Did you go foraging again?
I got a whole bunch more mushrooms. I got a basket full of mushrooms actually.
Oh my goodness. Oh, we're gonna take a road trip to Lincoln. They were
Yeah.
really good, and all different kinds of mushrooms that we weren't even aware of.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean that's an art in itself, is knowing
Yep.
which mushrooms to pick, and what things out there are edible and what ones not to touch. So
Yep.
I just want to let you guys know that I'm much closer to Lincoln than all y'all, so I got a head start.
let's see. I could be to Denver in 8 hours.
Jen would be closer too.
Yeah.
I
It'd
can
be
be to
much
Denver
closer
in
to
8
Denver.
hours. Then we can take turns driving.
Okay.
Sarah,
Yes,
was retreat worth saving up for?
absolutely.
Because I know a lot of people say, I don't just have the extra money sitting around to go do whatever I want with it. I will have to plan and save. And this was Sarah's first retreat, and she planned and saved and worked towards that goal. So, tell us a little bit about what were you expecting, and was it what you expected, or
Um,
what?
it was great. I think one of the best things that you did that made it really good was having us meet and talk with each other before we ever get to retreat. Because I think that makes it a lot easier to be at ease with each other because we got to know each other.
Right.
And it was totally different than what anything I've expected, but it was the best time I've ever had.
That's so awesome. And we loved meeting Miss Sarah in person. You see
Yes.
her
Oh yeah.
beautiful creations every day in HPP, and it's just so nice to sit down. For me, I got to sit down right across the table. I could look at her every day and watch her work and making these cool things. So yeah, you said something also that I think is really important, and almost everyone, I say almost because Michael and Casey, it was their first time and they planned together and drove together, but most everyone else that is coming to retreat for their first time has come alone.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone comes to retreat alone and then leaves with a whole new pocket of best friends.
Absolutely.
And it's always that way. And I love that. I love that. And I just know that it's always going to be that way with HPP. But what Sarah said, one of the really important things is you don't want to spend the whole week getting comfortable with each other,
Right.
and then just as you kind of break into each other, it's time to go home. So we have a private chat group for those who are going to whatever is the upcoming retreat. And so we can chat in that group and not disturb everybody else who isn't coming. We do private videos like this where we can sit and craft together and talk and get to know each other and talk about retreat and talk about things we want to do and make some decisions and things like that. So by the time everybody comes to retreat, nobody is a stranger.
Right.
In the beginning, sometimes the names, you see the names in the group and you see the names in chat, but you don't really know anybody. But by the time you get there, you know every person. You know them very well, quite intimately. You recognize their face. You recognize the laugh with your eyes closed. You know what their likes are. You know what their favorite color is. We've already learned all kinds of things from each other and about each other before we ever get to retreat. And I love that because it's like starting retreat as soon as we decide to go,
Mm-hmm.
not having to wait for the few months to go. It helps instead of sitting around with the buildup of, I'm dying to go. We're already, it feels to me like we're already starting to participate in retreat because we get those private times together. And I really love that. How about the rest of you? Was that an important experience for you? Do you think it's a valuable experience?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I've been to not necessarily an art retreat, but I've been places where you don't know anybody when you first get there, and it takes 3 days. You're there for a week. It takes 3 days to get to know them, and then basically you're on your way home.
Right.
And you don't get quality time really.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts was not doing crafting, but watching movies at night in
Yeah.
the theater.
Yes.
That was fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah.
all just crashed and there was a place for us to sit and
Yes.
relax.
I'd
So,
like to add something
yes.
too. I'm usually a very introverted, shy person, and I stick to myself. I don't have a whole lot of friends. I don't visit people outside of my immediate family and group. But when I go to retreat, last year I did this, and this year I did it too, is I want to have a roommate. Um, that's the perfect way for me to jump right out of my comfort zone
I love
and
that.
really jump into the energy of the group.
Mhm.
So I want to have a roommate. I want to have someone to talk to. I want to have someone very close to get to know. And I feel like Sarah and I have become friends. And I felt the same way about Penny last year. She was a hoot. Sarah was great. We had so much fun just chatting and sharing our life.
Mhm.
Yep. Great.
Very valuable too.
Mhm.
I'm glad you said that. That is really an awesome way to look at it. And you get to know everybody, but that one person that's sleeping across the room from you,
Hmm.
yeah, you get to talk to even a little bit more. And
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I knew you'd had a roommate both times, but you'd never shared that thought with me, and I appreciate that. That is cool. And I will tell you guys that the owner of the house added more beds since I went and looked at the house when we rented it for retreat. And so I gave Carrie and Sarah the option of having their own room because there was more beds in other rooms, and they still chose to be roommates. And I think that says something. I think that's amazing, and I love the purpose and the way and how comfortable that is to do here. And yeah, both of you, I knew you'd be amazing together because you're both just awesome people.
Mhm.
So, people who need people. There was a lot of singing at retreat.
Yes, there was.
Yes, there was.
Except I didn't sing.
Yeah.
And if we sound hoarse, that's probably why, because there was a lot of Casey's in the chat going, dang it, why can't I get in there? There were a lot of show tunes going on, let me just
There
say.
sure was.
As the week went by, we had more and more singing every day.
Yep.
Yeah, even when we were hoarse, we didn't care because we knew we weren't being judged. We were still belting it out. We had so much fun doing that. And it never fails. Somebody says something and one word makes you think of a song, and all of a sudden they're belting out that song. And here comes
Yeah.
another. Then that would take us to a whole new genre. And so then we're, one after the other on that. So that's always tons of fun. I always lose my voice when I travel or at things like this. And that's frustrating to me, but it's going to happen. I don't even care. We just had fun.
Yeah.
We just belted it out, and not getting a ton of sleep probably doesn't help that either.
No.
But let's talk about the house for a minute because we found this fantastic retreat house, and this was the first retreat that we held at this house.
No.
And so I would like some of you to speak to that, how that was for you. Carrie said something to me earlier that, and I didn't want to talk too much about stuff beforehand because I want you to share it with everybody. But do you remember what you said, Carrie?
Having it be so much better than a hotel, because in a hotel there's so many other people running around making noise. You don't get to sleep very well at night. Plus, when you go to your room, you're like removed from the group
Right.
and you don't feel part of the group anymore. But yet, when we were all in that big house and we're all
Okay.
together, even though I was, if I had to go to the room to rest for a bit or lay down, I still felt like I was part of the group. I still felt like I was, immersed in retreat and not removed
Yes.
from it. So,
Yes.
I love that.
I made it.
Yay!
Oh my gosh.
I know
So
you
yeah,
were
I
just
need to do
shy
a
and not
serious
being able to
update
say
according to my
anything.
roommate.
Thank you, roommate.
They said thank you, Jacob.
Thank you, Jacob. Casey.
Okay, so what did I miss? I had to like mute on YouTube because he was trying to explain what was going on. So I didn't hear half of what you guys were saying the entire time.
Oh, then you won't know what we were saying about you.
right.
I mean,
How
but
awesome
what's
you were.
new?
What's-
And
all the
I'm
good
sure Michael
stuff.
started it.
Oh, he's like, yeah, I know you're bragging about me again. What's new? We talked about a little bit about having the chat beforehand to get to know each other in depth before we got to retreat, and what a difference that made in
Oh
already
yeah, that was
jumping
very
right in.
helpful.
And we just were starting to talk a little bit about the house. So why don't you share some of your thoughts about anything and everything with us? Where to start, he says.
Yeah, where to start? Well, I would say let's start from the beginning. Like,
Let's start
getting connected with everyone was definitely beneficial. Like being able to hash out with each other, like what to bring, what not to bring. Getting a sense of everybody's personality beforehand definitely helped. So you knew beforehand, you knew what you could and could not joke about or what topics were sensitive with each other before you physically got to interact with them. And I think that actually helped, so you didn't potentially feel awkward if you shared anything when you got to retreat. So that was definitely beneficial, I would have to say. Giving each other a heads up about like what the weather would potentially have to be, when to get airplane tickets set up, knowing what craft supplies to bring and not to bring, whether you're flying out or not, and how to bring those or how not to bring them. Whether it was packing them in your suitcase or mailing them ahead of time. And that, well, Michael and I, we had intended to fly out, but that didn't happen. Like, it just wasn't financially feasible for us. So, but like the option to send it like to Marianne beforehand would definitely help dramatically. Like if we had flown out.
But it ended
Because
up costing so much less to drive, and it was only a one-day drive.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They were here by
at
dinner
the
time.
butt crack of dawn and everything, but like, by the time we all got there, we were all like dead. Like there was nothing we were going to start doing. By the time all of us got there,
everybody,
flight or no driving.
Right, kind of a travel day, and everybody gets there and unpacks their stuff, and we just kind of crash and hang around and look at each other and go, "Food? You want some food?"
Did we give each other our gifts?
Beer, probably.
We did.
Excited.
we got some more energy as soon as we unpacked our stuff and walked into that room. Oh, well, yeah, they got crafty lays. Yes, I forgot about that. And as soon as they walked into the party room, and then we got excited about Sharon. So yeah, it's funny because everybody thought, oh, I've got a lot of this. I will take this and share this with everybody. I'll pack some together and, give a little packet to everybody, not knowing that everybody else is going to do the same thing. And so you get to retreat, and one by one, everybody starts sharing all the stuff that they brought with everybody else. And all of a sudden, your desk is full, not even with stuff that you've pulled out of your own yet.
Yeah, you haven't even unpacked your own craft supplies yet.
Oh,
and
yeah.
your place is already loaded with stuff. Like I brought a bunch of paper packs for everyone, but also everybody else brought like other paper packs or other random supplies. I'm just like,
That's something I wasn't
I didn't
expecting
need to
either.
bring half of Michael's car with my stuff at this point. I literally loaded 3/4 of his car, and then like there's maybe room for food for the trip and us.
Yeah.
That was something I was worried about too, because I not having a whole lot of stuff. I was like, well, I want to go on this retreat because it sounds fun when Casey invited me, and then I was like kind of worried. I was like, I don't really have that much, so I'm gonna have to borrow a lot from you, Casey. But we get there, and there's like the only things I really needed to borrow from him was his glue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And all of a sudden he had 5 sisters asking him what he needed.
Yep.
But he went out and dug it out of the ground and didn't need any of us. Goodness.
Can you move or shrink that paper people sign?
Actually, with Sarah up there, it's fine now. Before
That's why I
Michael
moved
was
Sarah
up
out
there.
there because it's vertical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bless you.
Yes.
Blessings.
Yes, blessings.
Oh, yeah. We talked about show tunes busting out or songs busting out every time somebody said something. You couldn't finish a thought because somebody started a song.
Oh no. Like you said a word or two, and the chorus of a song just popped into someone's head, and like we all started singing. I was like, okay, what were we trying to talk about again?
Yeah. Nope. Yeah.
Oh, I would like to mention one other thing. We were talking about the wonderful food Michael cooked, and that was amazing. And I still remember the way those lamb they smelled and they tasted wonderful. But I'm not a big foodie, and when I'm there to work, I don't care about food. I'm good going to the kitchen and making a piece of peanut butter toast and then getting back to the important stuff. So
crafting,
we didn't worry too much about meals and stuff. It was lovely just having the kitchen there, and if we needed to, we could go get some food. If not, we could stay in the craft room and just make.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was really nice. The craft room is an actual gym. Hi, Jean. Good to see you. An actual gym built into the house. It's an actual basketball court, so it's got like 30-foot ceilings. And so there's plenty of room to set up the tables and do all our stuff in there. In fact, there was even room for a little rollerblading. Oh, shoot, we lost Casey.
Oh, no.
We'll talk about that in just a moment, but I should bring Lucy in to talk about that. But, oh, there we go. But there was a couple of kitchens. There was one right outside the gym door, and that's where we had all of our snacks. And hi, Penny. Good to see you.
Hi, Penny.
And that's where we put all the snacks that we were sharing and all that kind of stuff. And then through one of the game rooms, there was a whole nother kitchen. And that's where if you wanted to cook something, cook it in there and in the great big fridge. And, you could keep your own personal stuff in there in the cabinet or wherever. And so there was plenty of space to keep stuff. Everybody, you kind of get at this age, we all kind of eat what we like to eat and how we like to eat. And we get in our habits and, and that's totally okay. So we went out a few times together and usually brought home leftovers. So we had something for the next day. Sometimes somebody would buy another meal if it was really good, like Thai. and take it home so they could eat for another couple of days because they can't get Thai in Springfield. So I'm going to have to ship Sarah some good Thai food. Did take him to my favorite Thai restaurant, and it was yummy. Now that sounds really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes we got everybody to the grocery store and just bought what daily things, everybody wanted. So if you just wanted to eat a sandwich or a peanut butter toast or whatever it is each day, was awesome. Some people had coffee until noon. Other people had coffee at midnight. To each his own, and it really worked out well, really well. And I loved what Carrie said about being in the house versus the hotel. There's times that if I only get 5 hours of sleep, I really need to go lay down for an hour and try to take a little nap. I'm not going to make it through. And so to just go to my room and close the door and lay down, but still feel like I'm connected, still feel like I'm here with the group. I'm not separated. They're right down there or through there, wherever your room is, close enough that I could just open the door and hear them or walk down the hall. It's nice to be that close, yet have the opportunity or ability to go to your own room should you need a little bit of quiet time. Deanne, were you going to say something?
No, I was agreeing with you.
Okay.
Although I never went and took a nap, but
I know. How did you manage that?
I don't know how I managed it.
I didn't until the last 2 days, and I
did go to bed early though.
Hang on, that's true, and I
went
didn't.
To bed super early.
I didn't. So yeah, we cancel each other out for that one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, sometimes you're just wiped out. So and it's okay. We don't plan anything late at night, so you can keep whatever schedule you keep at home. And those who are late night crafters can sit in the craft room and craft. He had Bluetooth surround sound in that gym, so we could play music in the gym on surround sound. That was really awesome.
Yep.
And then somebody mentioned, Carrie, was it you that mentioned the movies?
Or
Yeah.
DM mentioned the movies. Yeah, there's a whole theater room that has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 new leather sofas in the theater room. So you do not have to go in and sit in a theater seat next to somebody really close. We were all stretching out all over these leather couches.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see from any seat in the room, anywhere. So if you wanted to sit right up front, if you wanted to sit towards the back, wherever, that was really awesome. I didn't realize how much I would enjoy that. But it was just really nice at night, whether we had gone to do something or, had the live or had just crafted all day and were tired, to go in there and put a movie on.
Yep.
And just sit down and relax to the movie. And if you wanted to get up and leave and go craft again, you could. Not going to disturb anybody, So that was really, really awesome. Michael.
I was just waving to Casey, saying hi. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back, Cotter.
I think little things, even like talking about the movies. I watched a movie I'd never seen, and I loved it. I would not have watched it without the input.
You would not have chosen it.
Yeah.
But somebody.
Yeah. It's my new favorite musical now.
Great.
Oh yeah.
And I've watched it twice since.
Which one?
The last one we watched.
The Greatest Showman.
Greatest Showman.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Casey, you gotta
had
show me
never
that again.
Seen it before.
Yes.
I didn't get to see it that time. I fell asleep.
Yes, that was.
We know you're snoring.
We know, Michael.
That was
I'm
our
sorry.
last night there. No, don't even be sorry. It
No,
was
he
our
needed it.
last night there, and we knew Michael had a long drive home, and it was already late, and he was going to have to get up early and drive. So we'll put on a movie and make Michael lay down, and he'll go to sleep during the movie so he could get some good sleep. Because, you got to show him that movie again, Casey. That's one of my absolute favorites.
Yeah.
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 It may have to become a last night tradition.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll vote for
that'd
that
be
one.
fun.
Yeah. By then we were too tired to even break out in the songs.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
don't know,
I
my
was
feet
singing
were
the whole
tapping.
time.
I know
Yeah.
we were
DM
singing
was
under our
right in it though.
we were all singing under our breath. We just weren't very loud for anybody else to hear. Yeah. Yeah, but we were tired, but tired and happy. Tired and
Yes.
happy by
The
that last.
only thing I was bummed by, we didn't get a group photo before we
I
left.
know.
I know.
Like,
That was a real bummer, and we always do.
Yeah.
mhm.
I just think we all were tired at the end.
Hey, Doug, can you take a screenshot of YouTube right now?
Like the Brady Bunch, huh?
Yeah. There's a story of a man named Brady. And I can move your pictures around.
I took one, so hopefully it'll turn out.
That's funny. I don't care who you are. That's funny. It is funny because it doesn't seem to matter what generation we're from, what our background is, what we like or don't like. We just have so much fun together. It just, I don't know, hard to explain. Hard to explain.
Oh my gosh, thrifting was so fun with these ladies. Like, oh my goodness. Like, he's like, oh, look at this. Oh, we could use this. And then Marianne was scoping everything out for each individual person the entire time.
Oh my
She was
God.
like, ooh, Casey and Michael would like this. Ooh, Carrie would like this. Ooh, Sarah would like she filled her cart for stuff for everyone else besides herself.
Well, I'm going down the aisle and I'm like, oh, I got to grab this before it's gone because Michael will like this. Oh, I think Casey will like this. You know what am I going to do? Leave it there? By the time they get to that aisle, it might be gone. There was lots
Right.
of people there.
Exactly.
So I just
And
started
then like if someone had a head start to like Goodwill or whatever, and they saw something an individual one of us would like, Marianne went and set it in a specific spot and like let us know that it was there. So when we go over there, go
to
straight
the
to that
store,
spot so
go
no one
look
else
here.
grabs it.
Yeah. We had some fun. I saw. Thank you.
Yep. And then when we all got back to the house, we all showed the things we all found, and then
We shared.
most of
We
what we found,
shared.
we all shared with each other.
Yeah. Most everything we shared, and that's amazing too, because that's like getting 7 times as much at the thrift store. A little bit of
Brown
everything.
chicken, brown cow.
No. Shit. What happens at retreat stays at retreat.
Sylvia said it.
Sylvia, bad girl.
Sylvia, she's doing that to goad you into saying it live.
I know.
She's not going to make me say it live, Sylvia. Michael, is that mirror?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just sewing it so that me and Casey can work on it.
But it is live because it already said.
Yeah.
Oh, come
You're
on.
okay, Casey. We still got you,
Okay, there we
Casey.
go.
Yeah, we still got you.
Okay.
This is the most civilized group I've ever been in, Margie said. Yeah. Well, that's because we're live and in front of people.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, there's that.
There is a private joke that does include admin, but it's really not appropriate for Family Channel Live.
Mhm.
So, and Sylvia keeps trying to goad me into saying it live. Penny, what was the name of the movie that Tina Turner played in? It was like a desert type of movie.
Oh,
Anybody know Tina
Mad
Turner?
Max.
Oh,
Was she
Mad
in
Max. Mad Max Thunderdome.
Yeah. I don't know why she.
Is that the one, Penny?
Oh.
Read the book, saw the movie, never saw the movie The Greatest Showman. Yeah, The Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman. That's really, really good.
Huge Jackman.
Never knew he could sing or dance. And he does both quite eloquently.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not
Yes.
nice even, Margie says. They're even nice people. Oh my goodness. What about the live that we did, built from a box?
Oh my gosh, that was a blast. That was even a hoot. Like,
Yes.
Michael and I both came in our onesies for it too. That was great. He loves his Eeyore so much. He woke up that morning in it. He's like, Am I adorable? And it's like, yeah.
Yes.
Like, he couldn't
was.
help himself. And the thing is, he tried talking me out of getting the onesies when we were at the thrift
Really?
store. And then he put it on the next day and it's like, you're
That
glad
is
I got it, didn't
so
you?
fun. Yes.
Like,
Those who don't know, when we went thrifting, Casey and Michael found onesies. Michael's was Eeyore, and Casey's was tie-dyed. He was our 60s flower child, and they were awesome. Yeah, they wore them all the time.
Yes.
Did
That
he
were
tell you how?
the new uniform for retreat is onesies.
The onesie.
Did he tell you how he found them?
He said that you found them.
I said, you guys need to wear these.
And they did. Yeah,
It was
that was
awesome.
they were awesome, and they looked so cute. And yeah, we even set Michael up to answer the door one day in his Eeyore outfit. So
Yeah.
that
Oh
was
yeah.
a lot of fun.
I scared a couple of Mormon children.
We'll have to order pizza, and maybe you should have gone to pick up the pizza in the Eeyore. That would have been
Oh
good.
wow.
Both of you together in your onesies. Just tell them we're at a onesie party. We're at a onesie party. No, that was a lot of fun. That was, none of the rest of us found any cool outfits like that. But yeah, Sylvia's intentions are consistently misunderstood. I have no clue, Sylvia. Still not sure what it means and don't want to. Oh, because Margie wasn't on that call. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will explain, Margie, when, yeah.
Hi,
Hey,
Andy.
Lindy. So, Casey and Lindy did their Sunday morning live from retreat,
Mhm.
which was most awesome. Most happy paper people, or most people at retreat, were laying in their beds on YouTube, watching and chatting right there. While Casey was downstairs with Casey and Michael, and then Lindy and Sean were both on the other end. Do we still have you there, Casey?
Yeah.
I think we
Oh,
do.
he's muted.
Oh, you're muted, Casey. You're
Someone
muted.
mute it.
Mute. I didn't mute you. You have to unmute yourself because you muted yourself.
Touch the screen, and then
Your mic will be bright red on the bottom.
Yeah. Well, and he knows how to work it. It just may not be
Yeah.
responding. May not be responding, but if you mute yourself, I can't unmute you. If I mute you, I can unmute you.
I think he
So,
just froze.
yeah, he
Yeah.
did just freeze.
and it's such a cute it's such a cute face that he froze in.
It's a perfect picture to freeze in, right? At
I
least it
know.
wasn't some, weird face.
Yeah.
But it'll come back in a minute. But yeah, so they did their live on Sunday morning, and that was really awesome to hear Lindy right there live and watch them do their lives. So
Yeah.
I made my way down and sat at my desk and watched them from there. And Michael was doing some really cool gel prints that time. He was using his gold flakes on the gel plate and
Yep.
all kinds of stuff, guys.
He even
Michael-
donated one of them to the Clip Journal for that.
Oh, that's right. So Margie's going to get it. Michael's not afraid to experiment. He's not afraid to try anything in art. It's just art. Casey's back. He's not frozen. Casey, you are muted, and you have to unmute yourself. It may not allow you. Maybe it won't allow you to unmute yourself. Mute.
He says
Mute.
he can't.
Maybe go out and come back in.
I don't know. Can you hear? Can you hear?
Yes,
can
he
hear. Okay.
us.
Will it not allow you to unmute yourself? Because you are
No.
muted. Okay. So it won't allow him to unmute himself. So he could try kicking himself out and then coming back in for a new connection. Just not having any luck with his
Yeah.
connection tonight.
Well, I know we're having thunderstorms right
yeah.
now. I wouldn't be surprised if I got kicked out at some point.
There's a lot of storms kind of going on around here and there. So we are really hoping that Lindy and Sean will come join us for retreat in October.
Mm-hmm.
That would be super fun. We'll do lives on everybody's channels. That would just be most awesome. There, Casey, there we go. And he'll try to come back in. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. So Lindy and Sean, we really hope that you can join us. That'd be awesome. I did put the link for fall retreat registration in the description box. It is also in the Happy Paper People Facebook group. At the top, if you go to featured, it's in featured. I can't tell you right now if it's the very first thing there or if there's anything else in front of it, but just scroll through featured, and it is there. Yeah, it's after all the Meet Your Admins. It's more recent than that.
Yeah.
So, and we are not raising the price of retreat in October. So I'm very excited about that. And we have already secured the same house that we were in this time. We're very excited. That house is, I mean, if you could design a house for a retreat, it's about as close as you can get to being just right for us, right? 4 bathrooms, lots and lots of bedrooms. We'll have bedrooms where you can have your own room, or with a spouse, or one roommate if you want. We will have at least one bedroom where you could have 3 people to a room if you want to. So the cost of your housing for retreat is going to be even less if you have a roommate and or 2 roommates. So, hi, honey. There's Doug. It was so great to hear about all the fun things you did at retreat. And Doug was in and out of town, and so when he was in, he would join us for dinner, and when he was out, he would say hi from the road. Oh, so we didn't tell you about, when Doug was gone, Lucy stayed with us. So we got the pleasure of little Lucy. She was so good. She was so happy. She was so happy with all the love, all the new aunties and uncles that she had. She just ate it all up. And she did pick a favorite, though. She did pick a favorite uncle. Anybody want to guess who it is? Oh, that way, that way. Yep, that way.
Yes.
Michael.
Uncle Michael.
Oh, she loved those roller skates.
Oh.
Yeah, Kate. Michael got some rollerblades, and he put on his onesie, so he was Eeyore, and he went rollerblading around the gym. And Lucy's favorite game: I'll chase you, and then when you stop and turn around, I'll run and you chase me. And then we get to the other end and turn around, and I'll chase you again. And yeah, so didn't even have to wear him out doing it because he was on rollerblades.
Right.
So Lucy loved it. She was so exhausted all the time because she just had so much fun and so much love. She
loved that big, huge puff thing that they had to lay in.
Yeah,
the snuggle bug.
Yeah, there's a name for those. It's like love sack. That's what it is. I was gonna say like the old beanbag chair, but they're not. They're the love sack. Yeah. Oh man. As soon as Michael would plop in the love sack, she was right there next to him, snuggled up in his arm. Yep. She misses her Michael. Yep. Oh yeah, pool was fun. Lucy, of course, stayed right next to Michael all the time. Michael started shooting pool, and Lucy decided that she loved the game, and she would watch to make sure he made the ball. And then she'd run down and follow the ball, try to get it, bring it back to him. Well, then she realized she could stand up and get it if it came to her. So she'd watch where you were going to shoot, and then she'd run down there, and when it came down, she'd pick it up and bring it back. And she was obsessed with pool. Thanks, Michael.
I almost forgot about pool.
Yeah, she was obsessed with that. I did get some good video of Michael playing pool with Lucy, and Casey playing pool with Lucy. Got some good video of that. That was awfully fun. And of course, every morning she could run down the hall and wake up Auntie Dawn Marie, lest she was dead to the world, and then she just came back and looked at me like she's not waking up.
Wake her up.
Yeah. It's a good house. It's a good house for this.
It really is.
There's lots of room, lots of bathrooms.
Yep.
Everybody can have the type of accommodations that they want.
Right.
Love shack, baby, love shack. Yeah. See, another one. Michael loved her too. Thanks, Lindy. Yes, he did. He did. He had a good.
They even had a swing set that I swung on.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think Michael did too, and I think Lucy looked at it with envy.
Yeah. Lucy liked when you put the ball down the slide and she would run
Oh.
after it.
Yeah, and
There-
go chase it. Yeah, and even though it rained, oh,
Back.
talk about
And it
For what, the
snowed.
17th time?
on
Yeah.
Sunday of retreat, it snowed. Not just a little
Yeah,
snow.
figure that one.
We got
There-
like 2 inches of snow.
Mhm.
It was hilarious.
It was
The
the
mountains were
worst-
gorgeous with that snow, though.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The mountains are so awesome with that. And I felt bad. Sarah is supposed to be high 70s, low 80s, and all of a sudden here it is snowing. Great. You know. But wake up the next morning and it's gone because it rained during the night and melted it all away. So, hey, Heather, good to see you.
Hello,
We did have
Heather. Welcome in.
time. Such an awesome time. Everybody was wonderful. Great group to get back together again. So, Casey, you going to be back for another retreat?
Planning on it.
Awesome. Michael, was it worth it?
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
had
yeah.
so much fun.
He's like,
Yeah.
silly question. We did too. Sarah, worth saving up for again?
You're muted,
muted.
hon.
You're muted. Sorry. You're muted.
Yep, as soon as I can, I'll be back.
Awesome. Carrie,
Oh, definitely.
awesome.
Mhm.
Glennis? Nope, she's done with us.
Yeah, I won't be back. But
Yeah,
not because of the retreat. And it was a wonderful retreat. You never asked me what I thought of the 3 retreats.
Oh,
Well,
But
we
that's-
were waiting for you to speak up.
what? Well, and I know that she's got some respiratory issues right now that she
Yeah,
just
I had 4
treated
flights
for.
in 2 weeks, and that kind of got me.
Yeah.
I will say that my first retreat was my favorite only because my very first retreat ever.
Oh,
All with 5 of us.
that was a
First
good one.
experience is always the best one, usually.
Yeah, so that was my favorite. But this one definitely would be my second favorite because
Cool.
everybody just seemed to, like, we knew each other forever.
Yeah.
You know, it was so comfortable with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just not going to be up to doing it again. That's going to be it.
It is tough. It's tough to maneuver suitcases through the airport when you're maneuvering a wheelchair and handbag and whatever else you have to have with you. It's very tough traveling alone and doing that. It is a 2-story house, and you get downstairs, you don't want to get back up, or you're upstairs, you don't want to get back down. The house is not. I will say this for anybody thinking about coming to retreat. Yeah, we did speak Canadian for Glennis. She still had some problems, Margie. We did what we could do. The house is not up to ADA standards. Just so that you know, it's not super wheelchair friendly. Okay, it's not at all wheelchair friendly.
Right.
So it depends on what your situation is. So if you're thinking about coming, please shoot me a private message and let's talk about it. Glennis has been fortunate enough to get herself an electric wheelchair, where she can roll around, but that doesn't take you up and down stairs. So, so yeah, that can get a little tough. So, last.
Don't they make multi-terrain like tires?
Yes, big huge tires.
Well, yeah. Well, they do it for like, what is it? For dollies or whatever, where
Yeah.
it's like a tri-wheel thing, so you can
Oh,
go up
terrain
and down
tires.
stairs easily.
Yep.
We just need to update her wheelchair. We need to take her wheelchair to Pimp My Ride or something.
Yeah.
AC, you've got to turn it into those robot lights. there.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Where's
Yeah.
Exhibit when you need him?
Yeah, exactly.
Casey, I fear you standing at the bottom of the stairs when she starts up the stairs. Does Pimp My Ride give driving lessons when they make those cool cars?
I mean, in
I've been,
Glennis's case,
I've,
they might need to.
no
Yeah.
elevator. I've been teasing Glennis endlessly about driving lessons in her wheelchair. We'll just leave what happens at retreat
Right.
for Glennis and her driving. Oh yeah.
Nobody rushed to hospital. Nobody broke a leg.
No, thankfully, barely. Oh yeah.
I did. Now, I don't know if everybody knows. I didn't have to send any packages home by mail. I got everything in my 3 suitcases that I brought.
Yes, I will say the first time DM came and brought, you would think half her craft room, although I know it wasn't. Yeah.
What did you do to get that stuff home?
The second time she brought half as much. The third time she brought half as much as that.
Yep.
And I kind of warned him ahead of time, if you can pack a big suitcase with a medium suitcase inside of it, and then just put all your stuff in that, so you come with 1 suitcase, but then you have 2 when you leave, because you'll probably need 2
If
when
you're
you
flying,
leave.
yeah.
Admit, how much did you have to leave at Marianne's?
Nothing.
Nothing. Wow.
But Sarah, do you remember what she did to be able to get it all home without mailing any or leaving it behind? She went first class.
That's true.
He did. She came
That's
with
true.
2 suitcases, and she left with 3, because one was inside the other.
Mm-hmm.
And she did take the upgrade to first class, which allows her to have heavier luggage going
Yep.
on, 75 pounds instead of 50. See, these are the little tricks and tips that we can talk about when we're in
That's
chat
true.
prior to retreat.
And it actually was cheaper than shipping all that stuff.
Yes, it was. And knowing when to get the upgrade to first class, not just getting it when you buy your ticket, and
Right.
you know, so that you can get it for half the price. Things like that. Those are the things that we share with each other, because we don't know if we don't know, you know. But yes, it ended up costing less than when we had to ship a bunch of stuff home, or if she had shipped the stuff in the 3rd suitcase.
Yep.
So yeah, she took 1 as a carry-on, checked 2, and then when she got to the gate, she gave him the carry-on and let him check it in for her.
So 3
Smart.
went under the plane.
Yep, everything went under the plane, and she didn't have to deal with anything getting on and off. So
Nice.
No. But on the way out, I did have to have a wheelchair to get to the thing, because my lupus was flared.
it was
And
flaring up.
I could
Yeah,
barely walk.
and
so-
well, and you had to be at the the gate in outer Siberia.
Yeah.
So
so-
yeah, but that's wise, and that's why they have them. Salt Lake Airport is really great for that. At both ends of the terminal,
Yep.
they have a wheelchair
Raleigh,
area
too,
where
yeah.
you can walk right in, sit down in a wheelchair, and they'll take you where you need to go.
Yep.
It's pretty darn awesome.
Yep.
So
They for Salt Lake Airport, they bend over backwards with me arriving late. My flight was less than an hour to go when I got there for an international flight, and they bent over backwards. They were wonderful getting me to the plane.
to
Nice.
take
Great.
they took her luggage and ran her down, as fast as they could go to make sure she made that flight.
Yep.
Mhm.
Made that flight home. So, Heather, I know that it's on your bucket list and you've been thinking about it. I hope you're saving up, and love to see you in the fall. Penny, would love to see you come in again. That would be really awesome. Christy, love to see Christy come. Hoping that Lindy and Sean can come in the fall.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people that are thinking about it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask any of the retreaters. And at any time, feel free to private message me. Sometimes there are sensitive questions. They might be a concern for you. And if you don't know how it's handled or how it would be for you, with a personal concern, those are the things that I usually think of before retreaters do, and already, I'm kind of anal that way. I want to make it the nicest, easiest, smoothest for everyone.
Yep.
So I try to think of all possibilities and all options, and So if there's something that you're wondering, could I make it work with this or that, or how would this work out, or how would this figure in? Are there options? Just private message me. Absolutely. Ask
And
anything.
you really don't have to bring a lot of stuff.
No, you
I
really
don't
don't.
think we can emphasize that enough. Like,
Yeah.
Bill brought way too much, and I brought
Yeah.
less than half of what I brought last year.
Really? Wow. The last year your car was packed,
It was.
Mhm.
and it went back home even more packed.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this year you had room for a person to get in your car when you got here.
Basically, yeah.
That's amazing, and still brought too much.
Yes.
And it's nice when you can drive, because you're not paying any extra to get the extra stuff there.
Mhm.
Right.
So if we get a chance to get to it, or play with it, or whatever it is, then okay, I took some time to put it in the car. But if you're flying, you definitely want to nail down that list of what you're going to bring, and what we can provide for you, or what can be shared, what you won't need that you think you might need.
Yep.
We have, and everybody wonders all the same things. Everybody has all the same questions. Trust me on this. Every retreat, everybody has all, if you've never been there before, they all have all the same questions. So once we get into the chat, the retreat chat, we wait until we get most everybody in there, and then we start, and you can chat all along the way, but then we start having video calls like this. And I've got lists of, here's things to make sure you bring. Last thing to check before you close your luggage: do you have all your medication, and do you have all your charge cords?
Mhm.
And we had nobody forget any of those this time. That was awesome. Yes. And then a whole list of things. Don't bother to bring these. Just don't even worry about it.
Mhm.
And that's always an eye opener, I think. When it's the first time, you get this list, and it's like, don't bring this and don't bring that. And you're thinking, well, wait, what if I want to use those things? But I do have a couple of bins that we store retreat things in, and just carry from retreat to retreat. And if there's things that can go in there that the next retreat group can use, we put them in there, so you don't need to bring those things. And that's always very helpful. So what are we missing in chat here? Just send Yes, you'll get here one day, Heather. Most definitely. Marianne has tons, and I mean tons, of crafting supplies. Yes. Yes, we need more sales. Yes, we will not have a sale. If Sada is still here, Sada, I saw your message. We will not have a sale this week, for sure. And we'll talk about next week and see where we're at. I don't know what's up for next week yet. But this week I had several online meetings to attend, and recovering from retreat, getting things unpacked and organized. So
I would like to say that what we had for sale at the retreat sale,
thank
was
you.
the best stuff that we've ever had. They worked, and I was so sorry that I did not finish my stuff in time to help, but they all worked their little butts off to make those things finished. Abigail, stop it. To make the things finished and presentable for, I mean, it was just amazing, the teamwork to get those things ready to go for
I
the
got
sale.
chilled. Yeah.
It really
He's
was.
right.
And I
If
was
you
very-
missed that sale, you may want to go back and watch it, just for the sheer joy of seeing all the things that were for sale. And what DM was referring to, that she wasn't able to help, she really did help. But when we did the built from a box, we made actual projects, that were multiple components and layers, and they didn't get finished to the T on the live. And so everybody took them and worked on them for the next 2 days, and totally finished them off, decked them out. And DM didn't get a chance to do that because she was busy doing that to the Klimt book that Margie got. And it is darn amazing. It is really a very cool book, and Margie's going to absolutely love it. I know she is. She put a lot of time, effort, and love into that book. But what she's saying about the sale, the fundraiser sale in general, um, I think there was maybe one thing, and that was the 3-ring binder with the pen. That was the only thing in the whole sale that was not made by somebody in HPP.
Well,
And
the pen I did put together.
yeah, that's true. The pen, yeah, it came with a half a pen, and you had to build the other half a pen by choosing the beads and things like that. So I did not put the 3-ring binder together. Sorry. But honestly, it was the most fun sale we've ever had because we were getting to look at everybody's creations, and the items that were contributed for this sale just on behalf of support of HPP were just over the top.
Yes.
Absolutely over the top. And
Sarah's beautiful
quilt, journals,
yeah,
everything was so incredibly gorgeous, and things that were worth hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And yeah, I can't express enough how impressed I was with the table of items that we had to offer at that sale, and also cannot express all the gratitude that I feel for the support of HPP. That's just how amazing this group is. And it's not asking for a donation to keep the group going, because people got such amazing items for the money. It's wow. My jaw just kept dropping when seeing things.
And it's what helps keep the one for fall cheaper, or you know what I mean, at the same price.
This is what helps.
We had not.
Yeah, make it so that we don't raise the retreat cost every single. We have not raised retreat cost since we've begun retreats 4 years ago. We have not raised it once. And this fundraiser helps do that. It helps offset the cost of retreat as well as StreamYard. So we can have 10 people in here. And so we can do giveaways every month and give away prizes, not just have a challenge where we say, oh, good job, but it's nice to get something sometimes. So we like to give away prizes and things like that.
How long have we been on?
We have been on just over
Eastern Standard Time.
Just over an hour. Any parting words you want to say, DM?
Just that I miss everybody.
Yes.
And I had tons of fun, and I really enjoyed this retreat. Marianne did an amazing job setting everything up, and it was like kismet. It really was. It was, that was
awesome.
Yeah, it just linked to get everybody together very quickly, and it was wonderful.
Very cool. Sarah, last thoughts?
The retreat is worth every bit that you put into it, because it is so much fun. The people you meet, the techniques you've learned, it's just unbelievable.
And if you guys can see behind Sarah, that quilt on her wall, Sarah is one of the most amazing quilters you'll ever meet. She made the gifts for everyone there that look better than professional things I've seen come out of a factory. Just absolutely incredible. And she's going to be selling that quilt on her wall. So take a look at that and keep that in mind. And we'll be talking about an HPP market to help people sell some of the things that they make, you know, coming up soon. Carrie, last thoughts?
Just that you have to come. You really do. You just have to come.
It's worth every penny. It's, you know, a week sounds like so long because most retreats are a weekend, and like you turn around and the week's over.
I know. I got home and I'm like, wait a minute, where'd the
Didn't
time
I just go? Yeah. It
And
goes
it still
by.
doesn't seem long enough.
No,
Right?
it doesn't.
It never seems long enough. Like you want it to go for at least another week.
Right.
Yeah.
I like Margie's suggestion of a 3-week retreat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I like
then we have to do it on a cruise. So
Yeah.
There was that discussion. Glennis, final parting thoughts?
It's hard to explain why the retreat means so much because if you're doing the crafting, you're with people who also love crafting, you're with people who all love each other, you're learning new things. It's just so many different things piled into 1 week. It just, you can't explain. It's not just one thing, it's everything. Wonderful.
Yes, agreed. All of that
Agreed.
all at once. Yeah.
Casey, final thoughts? Or other thoughts along with it since you keep getting kicked out?
Right. Oh my gosh.
Casey
No,
needs a
like-
new computer.
Yes, that would be a blessing. GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Um,
We
No,
will
but
sell
like-
some of Casey's art creations so that he can fund a new computer.
there we go. No, like just the camaraderie. I can't even say the freaking word, but you guys
Camaraderie.
know. Yeah, that
Yeah.
word. Like between each other, the inspiration between each other, the positive feedback, like just so much of it, and like how we just jive together, and we're completely different, opposite creative spectrums from each other,
Yeah.
mhm.
and completely different personalities in so many different ways, and like, but the way like we just all like just symbiotically like connected with each other was phenomenal.
Yep.
And like you don't get that really close to too terribly often. Not everybody like has a group on a daily basis they can connect with that with.
Yeah.
Like this was definitely worth going. Like I can't elaborate like more that like you need to have this type of interaction with people,
Yeah, there was no
and
competition.
it's never long enough.
Cooperative.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was very
Mhm.
cooperative.
Mm-hmm.
Doug wants us. Nobody mentioned the ice cream machine, and Doug said that was the best part of the whole thing.
I agree.
I saw that.
Ice cream was delicious.
I saw that and was going to make sure that we mentioned it. We had ice cream at our beck and call 24 hours a day with a commercial ice cream machine. We had vanilla and chocolate. And,
And
yes,
twist.
it was delicious. And twisty. And it was till you could walk out and turn the ice cream machine on anytime you wanted. And it was really awesome. There was something you said, Casey, that reminded me of something I wanted to mention. Can't think of what it is, so I'll come back to it. Michael, parting thoughts?
I mean, when Casey asked me to go on this trip with him, I really didn't know what to expect. Like I said, I do art every now and then with stuff that I find out at the forest or on hikes and stuff like that. But getting the chance to come and actually learn something new that's outside of my comfort zone, like completely left field. I mean, I know Casey's more into the paper side of stuff, but I've never really gotten the chance to play with that stuff because I've never been able to, put the money towards it. So being able to come on this trip and learn new techniques like that, learn something fun and new was amazing. Being able to spend the week with all of you lovely ladies was perfect. It was awesome. I don't usually step outside of my comfort zone when it comes to going out and meeting new people. But I had an amazing time, and it was worth the 24-hour drive there and back.
Yeah. What, 10 or 12 out and 10 or 12 back? Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely. And watching Michael pull some really cool gel prints,
Yeah.
when he's not really done paper crafting before, just got a gel plate, was really fun and exciting. And he takes his outdoor mind and says, how can I put that in with the gel plate? And Casey's big on mixed media. And so then they start talking and other ideas pop out.
Yep.
And yeah, it's just totally, totally fun. One of you said, I think DM said it in response to Casey, it's or Carrie, there's no competition. It's all cooperation. And
Mhm.
that
Oh, yeah.
is the bottom line in Happy Paper People. We are a collaboration, not competition.
Yep.
And we
I
do
think
everything.
Willis has something to say.
We do everything to help build other artists up and not tear each other down. And you'll never find any of that at Retreat. And if you are of that mindset, we invite you to come because you will love it. And I got online with everybody tonight, and I'm like, oh, I feel like I haven't seen you in so long. And what's interesting is we know everybody that's here. Hey, Julie, we know everybody that's here. However, after spending a week with this group in the same house, with our own space, but in the same house, it's like, we all leave and go back to our separate studios or wherever we're going, and yet we see each other online and we're right back there.
Yeah.
You're just right back there. Those memories do not go away, and you still feel the same closeness, and you can call and talk to this person. It's just it changes. It changes your relationship with everybody. It changes your thought process about people and about art and all those things. Glennis,
Are you saying that those were Michael's very first gel prints she pulled?
Oh no.
What? Oh, good.
I'm saying that he has done it with Casey before.
Oh, they were amazing.
Yeah, he has done it with Casey before, but he just got a gel plate. And so
Yeah,
I will say they are some of his first.
Yeah.
I will say he's a newbie to the game, and you could not tell that he was a newbie to gel printing.
He hasn't got any true formal training yet, and that's definitely something we're trying to work on.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? That's kind of the thing is most of us are self-taught artists. Mm-hmm. Very few of us have any kind of formal training or education in the art world, and we come in and we see somebody do something and we go, oh, I'd like to try that. And in some places I would be very uncomfortable just trying something, because if you try it and you're not very good at it, people are going to look down their nose at you. But this is a world where you can try anything and everything and get help if you want, offer advice, support.
I agree, Julie. Lucy should have a screen to herself as well.
Yeah, she should.
Actually, I have something to say. So I actually do have formal training in art. I went to college for graphic design. And I'm going to say that this community is way, way, way more supportive than that community is.
Yeah.
That one's a little nose in the air.
Competition there, huh?
Oh, it's so nose in the air you wouldn't believe.
Oh,
yeah.
I know.
I'm not a fan of communities where, yes, you can try that, but I'm always going to show you that I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Let's just help everyone and be excited for somebody when they try something new and it works, or they fall in love with a new technique, or they make something beautiful and I can learn from them even though I've been doing it longer. All those things are amazing, and they make everybody feel better. And that's what we're all about.
We all can learn from each other. It doesn't matter our level of expertise or skill or how long we've been doing something. We can all learn from each other.
Yep, exactly. And I didn't once the whole week hear or see any kind of one-upmanship anywhere from anybody. I usually overhear anything that's going on. I kind of overhear, here and there, and I'm always watching to make sure everybody's happy and everything, everybody's taken care of. I didn't hear any of that. I will say this was probably the most relaxed retreat I've ever been at, because it was just so easy to relax with all of you and enjoy the time together and just do the things that we did together. It was amazing. And Lucy was there probably 50% of the time. When Doug was home, he took her so she could go home and actually get some sleep, because she didn't have so many people loving on her and chasing. But she was there about 50% of the time, and she was happy. And thank you to everybody who loved on her, and Michael for taking her under your wing.
Of course.
She's all sad this week that there's nothing going on. Anyway, anybody else have any last thoughts you'd like to share before we close? Julie would love to have you come to retreat, and Lucy will be there.
Yeah.
I want to thank Marianne for putting on such a wonderful retreat. She put so much into it, and it would not be the same without her.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for reminding me, because the other thing that I was trying not to forget was my thanks to Dawn Marie for coming out a few days early to help me with last preparations and getting set up.
She was your right-hand man full time.
She did a lot. She was a tremendous help. Would never have gotten it done in time if it wasn't for her. So thank you. Thank you. Huge. Oh, thanks, Casey. Margie seconds that. Thank you. Yeah, Julie would love to have you come.
Yeah,
You're moving
definitely.
to Oklahoma. Ooh,
Well, that's fairly close.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
We say
There we
no.
go.
Who do we have in Oklahoma?
Welcome
We've
back.
got somebody in Oklahoma. I will say that there seems to be a lot of people in the Midwest that, if you're interested somewhere in the Midwest, either upper or lower, getting together with one or two other people and driving to retreat, let me know, because I'm pretty good at connecting personalities. And a drive from Midwest is not bad at all. It's one day. And if you've got 2 or 3 people to share the drive, then could make a fun day of it and sing show tunes all the way. You can even be on live with us so we can keep you awake. So lots and lots of fun. Really, we've already done our debrief and gotten all feedback and all the good stuff. And I've already made notes for October. We've already got our reservation for October and already starting to plan and put together October's retreat. So don't wait. The registration application is in the description box. It is also posted in Happy Paper People, pinned to the featured posts at the top of the page. So, and again, if you have any questions that might be concerns to you and you'd like to know, whatever you need to know, I will always be honest with you. So don't hesitate to shoot me a private message and we can talk about anything. So I don't want to leave you guys. I'm so excited to have you here again. On this retreat already.
I'm on the East Coast. I gotta go to bed.
I know. And you got to get up early too.
I do have to get up early.
Same.
So.
You got a 6:00 meeting tomorrow morning. All right, I guess I better get to bed too. All right, guys. Love you all.
Bye.
Thanks for joining
Love
us.
you too.
Bye, guys. Good seeing you guys again.
Bye.
Bye.